Welcome to the project section of the course. If you followed along from the start, you'll have learned about HTML fundamentals, HTML tags and CSS, and you'll now know enough to start building websites of your own. To help you out just a little bit more though, I'm now going to take you through one of the website templates that we've included in this course. In fact, we'll be creating it from scratch section by section. The aim of this project is to show you what a finished web page looks like, and for us to break it down into its component parts to make it more manageable. Looking at a finished web page can seem a little overwhelming at times, but in reality all web pages are just a collection of small sections added together, and each of those sections is nothing more than a series of HTML tags placed one after the other with some CSS styling to make them look good. Once you fully understand this, then any web page, no matter how fancy it looks, becomes far less scary. You'll be able to understand the code behind it and have the confidence to build your own. First though, let's take a quick look at the website template and review the different sections that we'll be building. In the lectures that follow, I'll take you through each of these sections one at a time, and we'll write the underlying code that produces it. By the end of this section, you'll have created your very own version of the website template, and better still, you'll understand the HTML and CSS code behind it. On the left here, we have the website template in full length view, so that it can all be seen in one place. It is a bit small, so don't worry about the details for now, but I just wanted to show you all of the sections on screen. On the right, I have a code window showing the HTML file behind it. While we have the full code loaded, I'd like to show you a really cool feature of Visual Studio Code that makes large web pages much more manageable. As it stands, the code window shows every single line of HTML code, which is pretty long at over 450 lines. Working with this many lines of code is never easy. I've already shown you how to annotate your code in previous lectures, and we can see that's exactly what I've done with this file. Here, I've added header text using comments to separate the code that's responsible for the different sections of the web page. This is great and it helps a lot, but it's still very long and cluttered. This is why I like to use Visual Studio Code's collapse tool. If I hover my mouse over the area beside the line number on the line which contains an HTML tag, I can see a small down arrow. If I click on this, it collapses the HTML tag and hides all the elements within it. Let me show you this with the hero section. If I click on the arrow beside the line number for this line here, it collapses the HTML header tag which contains the hero section. The code is still there in the file, but it's just hidden and out of the way. The code below it then moves up so that I can see more of what follows on my screen. If I now do this with the rest of the tags below each section header comment, we get an HTML file that is far less cluttered. Using the comments, I can now quickly see which bit of code relates to which of the sections in the web page. I can then expand any section that I wish to work on. This makes working with large files much easier, and it's why I've recommended Visual Studio Code throughout this course. Other editors will have similar tools, but this is still my preference. Okay, so now with the code collapsed, let's quickly match up the sections in the web page with the sections in the code window. That way you'll know which bits you'll be working on in the following lectures. First of all, we have the hero section. This contains the hero image and the top navigation bar for both desktop and mobile, together with a pop-out side navigation bar for mobile and the sticky navigation menu for page scrolling. Next is the features section, which contains 4 feature icons. After that, we have the call to action and then the portfolio sections. Following these, there's a testimonials, prices, contact us, and finally a footer section. That covers the main visual sections of the website, but the code contains one final bit at the bottom. This is the script section of the code, which contains a few bits of JavaScript just to make some of the animation happen. It's nothing too much to worry about now though. This course doesn't cover JavaScript in any depth, but I'll talk you through the code so you know what it's doing. Then, right back up at the top at the head tag, we have some external CSS files. And that's it. It may seem like a lot, but in the next few lectures we'll tackle each section at a time, and we'll build the web page up bit by bit. Remember that the finished web page can be found in your course downloads in the project folder. The file is called index.html, and it's the finished article with all the code already in place. Feel free to take a peek at that at any point, but if you want to try coding along with me and building your own web page from scratch, then head on over to the next lecture and we'll get started.